You're watching footy fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's footy fantasy. You're watching footy fantasy. Footy fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football need. Your football need. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. Sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. Your eyes go see. It's footy fantasy. Footy fantasy.
Okay, guys, welcome. We're live. Hi, my name is EJ, and I'm the host for today for the Fantasy Podcast. Welcome to our show. We'll start with the non-Arsenal fan, the odd one out. Dada, say hi.
Hello, everyone.
And then we'll go in that order. Steven, welcome back after a while.
Yeah,
and
good
Ray?
day to come back.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
Awesome. Before we start, housekeeping issues. Follow us if you're not already following us on our social media platforms, on Instagram, on Twitter. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube so we can continue to grow. And as always, shout out to SJ Music for our lovely intro song. We're going to jump right in. Arsenal Man City review. You guys saw what happened today, 5-1. Unbelievable performance from our team. First time we're beating City by 5 goals. They said since, I think they gave the year. I can't remember, it's sometime in the past, we've done it before. But, obviously in this Premier League era, it may not have happened. But yes, at least since Pep has been here, it has never happened. And they've obviously beaten us by that many goals before. We'll start with Steven. Tell us what you thought about the game today.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously happy with the result. Again, I look at City and they have obvious issues that they're dealing with. So again, I wasn't normally when I go into this game, I'm terrified because I know that basically every mistake that we're making or gonna make will get punished by them. But I wasn't as nervous going in. I knew it was a big game for us. But obviously when I saw their midfield, especially, I mean, I don't know how many more attacking players he could have put on the pitch, to be honest. So I knew what kind of game it was going to have to be from us. Is like, just don't make any mistakes and they're going to give us chances and then we have to take them. And yeah, we got the early goal. I could have killed Havertz. If he didn't score that goal, I swear I would have lost my head because like he threw 1-on-1 and he crosses it to Odegaard there. And I'm just like, oh no, what's he done? So again, we needed the only early goal. I think the game itself just played out like I thought it would. But I wasn't ever nervous going in, and that's like unusual going into a City game. But yeah, no, I think the team performed really, really well. They were so organized, just in terms of the amount of covering that those players were doing for each other, especially in that first half. You could see that how well drilled we are as a team. It's just those one or two players that have that killer instinct, and the team could be really, really great. So, but yeah, it was good performance.
Good. Ray, what about you?
Yeah, I think a lot of things that Steven said, I'll echo. Again, going into the game, I was more worried about Arsenal than City going into the game. So exactly what he said, where it's like City hasn't been in a good run of form the last half of the season, but then they've kind of picked up a little bit. But knowing what we could do, we had enough to give City a proper game where I wasn't afraid of City coming through and doing things, but I was afraid of us kind of making a mistake and things like that. But overall, I think we first through is really go for our shell. So I went a little bit into our shell, but defensively, but we were still structured. Again, they were going to come back into the game. But overall, I think again it was more Arsenal. I give them a little bit too much respect, but understandably because of the history with City. But once again the second half came and we kind of like went forward and we had to now get the goal. After that the equalizer, then you can see the quality that we do have, and the team working together. City could not handle that, and that's just the reality of the football that's been played so far this season between Arsenal and City. So overall, I'm pleased for the score, but
Is it my link that's freezing?
I think it's on this side.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's on Amber's side because it's
not
for me.
sure.
Okay.
Is it my
Yeah,
side?
you're
Yeah.
in and out. But I think we got the gist of what you're saying. So yes. Great. Dada, what do you think? I'll let you talk about what you saw.
No, I mean, I echoes your sentiments as well. Going into that game, I thought it was going to be a 2-1. I think a draw would have been surprising to me. I thought Arsenal was going to win the game.
I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, but your video is still frozen. Okay. Well, he's muted, so he's not saying anything. Okay.
All right. So as I was saying, so yeah, I thought it was going to be an Arsenal win, maybe 2-1, 3-2, that kind of game, maybe somewhat close. What was a bit disappointing to me as a Chelsea fan was, we lost to City 3-1 last week, and I was looking at that game. They were not spectacular. They did nothing amazing. Like, they were bang average, right? And I had a feeling that they were going to go into the Arsenal game with the same mentality. And I knew you guys would beat them or punish them for that for two reasons. One, Arsenal is just a more settled, experienced team. One, and two, there's this rivalry going on with City and Arsenal. And if you remember, the last game ended 1-1. Arsenal should have won. There was a lot of things that were said by Haaland. So I had a feeling that, like, Arsenal players were going into that game ready to make a point. And then also, too, as you said, EJ, they struggled against Club Brugge during the week, right? And that was a game where they had to dig deep. So I thought mentally they were exhausted. And even their form, City's in a weird place where I think they're going to do this to the end of the season, where they're going to win a game, draw a game, lose a game. I just don't see them going on a spectacular run. And then also, too, ironically, the way City, they lost the game in the most on-City way possible, right? Like losing possession. And that's something you just don't expect from a Pep Guardiola team. I think the team itself, they're going to struggle to the end of the season. But one question that I cannot answer is this a structural thing? Is this really the decline of Pep Guardiola's City? Or is this just a minor slump in the road, and next season, or maybe even towards the end of the season, they're going to come back? I'm of the opinion that this is really structural because, if you think about it, like winning the league, 4 times in a row, playing at the highest level for so long, two things are going to happen. Three things can happen. You can get bored, right? Because, people often don't talk about that. You can get bored. And also, too, the level of focus, the level of intensity you need to perform at that level, 5 seasons in a row, 4 seasons in a row, it's just a lot. You're human beings. And then also, too, other teams are going to get better. Liverpool is getting better. Everyone else is getting better. Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, teams are going to get better, right? So you just cannot perpetually be the top dog forever, right? So I think, I don't know. And then the question for you Arsenal fans is, what does that even mean for you this season? Does this now propel you as title contenders to Liverpool, or is that too early to tell? And, we troll all the time. I actually feel like this was a good deserved win for Arsenal, right? It's been coming for a while. And I think, for what is worth, City deserved it. So nothing surprising about the game. I think the scoreline was a bit surprising. 5-1 was surprising, but City just look flat out of ideas. It's almost like you couldn't recognize the team at all. So yeah.
I like something you said. You said, what does this mean for Arsenal? So before we answer that question, I'll let the guys answer that question, but I wanted to just talk about the game. I think when we scored the early goal, when you score early goals, you just shouldn't sit on your laurels. Like, it's not, I just like to think that didn't happen. Like, because obviously City is a team that can cause problems, and they looked like they were causing problems in the first half. And then second half came, Haaland scored. The most important thing we did all game was equalize within the minute. Not equalize, but retake the lead within that minute. So I think that was the bigger deal. And our guys were really playing hard. They were pressing hard. Havertz missing that chance in the first half was just deflating because we've all been going in on Havertz for the last month. You know, like all those misses against Newcastle, all the misses against Manchester United, like these opportunities that he's just not taking. And then I was even saying I was calling for him to come off. I was like, just to get him off, bring Waneri in, shift people around, move Martinelli up front. Like this guy's just a body on the pitch. We don't need him. So I mean, I'm glad for his own morale that we kept him on. But yeah, and then the young boys scoring. That's my favorite part about this game. Those two are two youngsters, MLS, who may not have played if Michael Oliver had his way. Scoring his first goal. That was his first goal, right? Am I wrong? That's his first goal in his senior shirt.
First league one, yeah.
Yeah, first league goal.
Senior.
And then honestly, one area I knew he would score. Like I just didn't have any doubt. I was like, he would just take a chance and the chance will go in. And that's what happened. So 5-1 to Arsenal. That was amazing. Now, as far as what it means for our season, Stephen, what do you think?
In terms of the season, it's like everybody keeps talking about the season is over. Like Arsenal's form is not bad. Like we're unbeaten in the league in 14 games now, 13, 14 games we haven't lost. The problem is we're drawing games, and that's where the firepower comes in, right? Like Liverpool have an ability with a Jota, with a Nunes, with a whoever to come off the bench late in tight games and to get that draw becoming a win. And that's what we're suffering from. Like we've had a lot of draws that shouldn't have been draws if we're looking back. But our form is actually really good. Is that we haven't lost since November in the league. It's just they're not dropping points because they have that ability to kind of get themselves over the line. I think in terms of what it means for Arsenal is that it's no different than what we knew before the season started. I think Arsenal's a very young team. They're a little bit ahead of Chelsea, like you said, Dada, just because of the fact that it's a young team that's been together for 2 or 3 years now. And they're just getting experience as they go. The season itself, I think, has been disrupted by injuries. We've been very unlucky with certain results and circumstances, if you look back as well. And it's just continuing to learn. Like they're a young side, they're going to drop points, things are going to happen. They're just missing a little bit of star quality for me right now to kind of be at the level of the bigger teams we know historically. But as far as the Premier League goes, I think City are obviously in transition. Liverpool, for all the success they're having right now, they're going to go through transition as well. Like Salah's 30-something, Van Dijk's 30-something. They're going to have to replace those players in a year or two. They're trying about it right now, right? So I think Arsenal are really well positioned to do well in the league. As fans, though, there's obvious impatience because we can see that we're close and we want to win something. But I don't think this result on its own is just another step in terms of just seeing that Arsenal are a really good side and they're progressing and they're continuing to do well, and that City is kind of regressed based on the fact that they've got a lot of older players that they have to replace.
Yes. Okay. Ray, you look better now. What do you have?
I would say what I like about it is the scoreline, the emphatic scoreline against City. So having that 5-1 as opposed to like a 2-1 victory. So that's something I would say. It gives the team that confidence to know that, look, you can hang with the big boys and you can beat anyone on your day. And I think to me that's what I liked so much about this W, because ultimately, if you're just thinking of the 3 points, it's like, okay, yeah, you're still chasing that Liverpool 3 points, keep it moving. But I think what the additional thing is that belief, and then they can go ahead and see what the rest of the season plays out. Because again, the game of football can change in 1 or 2 weeks, so anything can happen. So having that confidence in the boys, and when they're getting his goal, big boy goal against Man City, like they literally being fearless. I think that's what I really liked about this particular result today. Now, hopefully we can get a bit more firepower just to give them the extra boost to keep going, that, hey, if you can't do it, someone could come off the bench. So that's what I would say this score did for me.
All right. So we'll get into that, but I'll give Toby wanted to hop on for 2 minutes. I'll give you 2 minutes.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Yes.
Good.
Go in.
Dada, nice to see you. Why are you looking so forlorn? He's not gonna say anything.
Nice to see you too, Toby.
All right, well, thanks. I'm just here for banter. So, but I see a lot of goodness here, so I think it was a good game. Actually, some perspective is needed, right? It was 5-1. It could have been 5-2. It could have been 6-3, right? But I think today the difference is Arsenal took their chances and everybody was up for it. And I think honestly, we need to look at fitness in terms of rest as a key component in being able to play, because these guys have been running. Havertz has been running he's played almost every single game, right? His one game he had off was on Wednesday in the Champions League, right? And so I knew he wasn't going to play that game. I even bet another fan that there's no way he was playing the game, and he didn't. And I don't know why did my screen rotate like that? Was that okay? Because I don't trust him. Anyway, but I think honestly, if the board is really serious, and I think it'll be a travesty for Arsenal not to sign another forward this window, even if it's a loan. I get your tier 1 targets may not be available, but you need to be able to have the Havertz you saw today, even though you missed the chance, and the Odegaard you saw, and to keep Timber fresh, and to keep these guys fresh, you need to be able to put them down to rest on a game. And we've had 9 games. Was it 9 games in January or 8 games in January? Like it's not possible to play at your best every single game. That's partly what's happening with City as well, is these guys have been coping with injuries and they can't perform at their best. So it's just stop looking at just the name at the back, as opposed to where's that player in his fitness journey? Where is he in his rest cycle? Is he really playing at 100%, or is he just trying to get through 90 minutes? But anyway, overall, it was a great result. I'm very, very happy. I wish there were other United fans on here, but I'll go and hit them up in the comments. So EJ, if you want to kick me off now, you can kick me off now. That's fine. I just popped in to say hi to Dada and you all.
Thanks for hopping on.
All right, bye.
Bye. I'm not sure how to keep people off. Oh, there he goes. Allah says, man, Dada is brave, turning up to be gloated on by 4 Gunners. I don't think we're gloating on Dada at all. See, we're not like Manchester United fans. That's what they would do. Like, no, we're just chatting. Has anyone
all love? All love. All love.
Yeah. Did I want to say anything else before we jump to the next topic? I don't think so. I think we've talked about this enough. Great game from Arsenal. Keeps us at 2nd position, keeps us 9 points ahead of City, behind Liverpool. My head is still on my shoulders. I see 9 points, and I see that it's 9 points that we have to, I'm counting Everton as a loss.
Is it 9 or 6?
It looks like 6, but it's 9.
They play Everton on the week.
No, it's 6 points. I mean,
they got to play the games, right?
I get that.
Yeah.
But like, if my mind sees 9, then I know we have to win 3.
Worst case scenario.
Yes. All right. Next topic. So Arsenal hasn't signed anyone yet. We're all like praying for someone to join us. The transfer window closes on, I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Midnight tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Watkins is coming, but what do you guys, what's possible? What is possible? What is attainable for Arsenal? Who should we even consider? Who could possibly join us in one day?
Isn't Watkins injured?
Yeah, he just got injured as well yesterday. I mean, I don't know where we're gonna go. I don't see us signing anyone. And I think the reason for it is, all jokes aside, I think the club has their mind set on Isak, on Sesko.
Okay.
I think they want one of those 2 players, and they can't get either of them in January. They can get Sesko now, but to get Sesko now, they're gonna have to go and pay 80 to 90 million for him. And you pay 80 to 90 million for Sesko, and he's not gonna be starting.
Wow.
Like, that's the reality of what the January window is. Because again, everybody goes on like, we can just pick up the phone and go to Leipzig and say, yeah, we want Sesko, here's the money, and they're just going to let him walk out the door. Like, they're trying to get into the Champions League as well. Yeah. They just lost out. They just got knocked out of the Champions League. They're trying to qualify for the Champions League again, and they can't replace him on a day's notice, right? So the one I'm watching that I think we might be able to do is probably Boniface from Leverkusen. I think we might be able to get him because, one, there's a relationship between Arteta and Alonso. And then I also think that they were going to sell him to the Saudi league for like 40-50 million. So if they were going to sell him and they were willing to sell him, then maybe there's a way of us getting him for like 30-40 million. And
Right.
it's still a risk, but it's less of a risk than going and spending 80, 90 million in January for a player that won't start.
Mm.
Like, that's my thing. Like, Sesko's a good player. Like, he could be a top player. But if Sesko comes, I don't know what anyone else has in their head. Like, he's going to have to get in the team. He's not guaranteed to start.
Okay, I see what you mean. You're just saying that he needs to compete for a spot. So it would be Havertz.
Anybody signed
Yes.
has to compete for their spot. And Arteta's not going to. That's why Tel won't come to us. Like, Tel's 19. Like, that's an Anelka regen. Like, he's not going to come to us if he's not guaranteed to start. We've seen this before with Arteta. He's not going to guarantee Tel that he's going to come to Arsenal from Bayern and he's going to start. And he shouldn't. Like, he shouldn't. So I think we're in a situation where they're going to have to do something. But the players that we're getting linked with, Watkins, again, he's 29. You pay 60, 70 million for him now. And that then means we don't get Isak, or we're not in the running for Isak in the summer. I'm going to be vexed. Like, I'll take the licks now.
Okay.
But I do not want us spending 80, 90 million on a player that we're not going to be able, like, because if Isak I tell you now, if Isak hits the market in the summer, United are in it, Chelsea are in it, Pool are in it, everybody's going to be bidding for him. And you spend 80, 90 million now. Arsenal don't have the funds to go to war with those teams. We've seen it.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they want him and it's going to cost 130 million, let them put the shekels away and go it. Because if Isak comes into this team, we're talking domination with the players we have right now. That's how I feel.
Yes.
I feel we put Isak in this team with the players we have, and we still have the ability to. We're signing Zubimendi. We're bringing back Saka. Like, I look at this team, and I say, well, you put Isak and a left winger in this team, like, we can dominate the league. Like, we can.
Okay.
But that's the level. I think that's the level. Like, it's not about, oh yeah, you get Watkins for 30, 60 million at 29. Like, it sounds great. But for all the chances that Havertz is missing, Havertz is going to get 20 goals this season. He's already got 14, 15.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get it. We need players. We do need to do something, but I'd much rather play Wanieri as the third option coming off like he did today.
Right.
And just see if it means that we're paying 80 to 90 million for a Watkins.
Okay.
Put the money one side, go do the deal for Isak now. For the summer.
I see. Okay, Ray, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's some interest. My thoughts kind of changed based on some things I heard you saying earlier there, Stephen. I think the Tel one surprised me. I didn't realize he's coming in asking for a start, which is a bit interesting.
Sorry, what position does Tels play? Is he
left, right, and
left?
Okay.
Yeah,
he's hybrid. Exactly. But the problem with Tel, he's at Bayern. The reason he's leaving Bayern is because he wants to play.
Okay.
Game time.
Yeah. So he's gonna go to if I was him and I'm his agent, I go to United. Like, I go to United because that's guaranteed game time because they have no forward.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I thought maybe a loan would have been something that he would consider. Yes, we have then he'll in between the left wide and sort of cut back up for Havertz. He might come in there, but yeah, to your point, if he wants game time and guarantee start, Arsenal's not a place to go. So that was my initial thought. Boniface is an interesting one. Yeah, I saw this morning as well. That could be that, but maybe Boniface on loan. Maybe it's something because he's already they were about to sell him, and they look used to get to play. So I think a loan for Boniface might be something that could be realistic to do. Because again, a lot of crazy deals happened the last day, especially loan deals. You'd be very surprised.
Boniface and Vlahovic are the two that I think are possible. No, because obviously now that Juventus have signed Muani, like, you don't know. Like, they got to balance the books. They're not flush. So, but again, even like a Vlahovic, it depends on the price. Like, for 40, 50 million in our situation, I do the deal because I think we're in a situation, we're going into the knockouts of the Champions League, and we have the league with Liverpool. We're chasing games every week now. Arteta needs to look at his bench and go, how do I win this game?
Yes.
Draws don't work for us. And if he looks at the bench right now, it's Sterling and Wanieri.
Exactly.
That ain't it. So if we want, I don't want to give up on the season. So I want him to go and try and get a player that he can put on the bench and go, we have an option. But I don't want us to go and spend 80, 90 million on a player and then look in the summer when David's for free and blah, like Sesko's available for 50, 60 million and we have nothing to spend because we went and spent 80, 90 million in January because we panicked.
Wow. Great points. Let's take this comment. Benvido says, Dada is showing his leadership skills and attributes by showing up today to talk to these merciless Arsenal fans. We have a reputation that's just not.
You know what's funny? Let me just interject that. This is what pisses me off about other fans. Literally, they tell us what we're going to do for us. The actual fact that we're talking about football, no one's talking crap about anyone else. But these fans always chit-chatting. Always. Yeah. I don't get it. It's like they're having an imaginary conversation in their heads.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But I did in our Facebook group, I threatened them that I'm going to go crazy, but I never go crazy. People should know better. Never go crazy.
Sure. But I also think too, like I think there's a common, even though people don't want to admit it, there's a common, not hatred. Anytime you're a fan, a club that you've been at the top for so long, like it's human beings. Like we like to see people lose, right? Especially especially when you've been at the top for so long. So I think there's this collective happiness of just seeing City getting their ass handed to them by someone else, right? So
I said
like I would have liked it to be my team doing it, but
I said
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I said it to someone else in a group chat. It's like the bully is getting ganged up in the yard right now, and everybody's getting a licking. That's how it is because you can see that they're weak.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
So everybody right now, just take your licks because at some point this ain't gonna last.
Yep.
I maintain that we would have started this early. We would have started this first when we took out Rodri, but not we. But he went out in our game. That should have been it. That should have told us. And it was delayed by 2 weeks, their capitulation.
Yeah. The ref killed us in that one too with the red card.
Yep.
And I'm counting, there's 6 points. There's 6 points that I'm going to add to our tally at the end of the season. I'll see where we should have been or would have been, regardless of what happens. Saji is saying they chit chat because you never show up when you lose. Look,
show
we
up.
don't make the schedule. What's funny is that these guys, Saji in particular, always comments when there's no Arsenal fan on the pod, but we're not the ones making the schedule. Ayub, our leader, makes the schedule. He invites people. You don't invite me, I'm not showing up. Sorry. But
to be fair, he's tried to invite me a couple of times, but I've been traveling like a madman, so I haven't been able to jump on. But he's been trying. I've been trying too. This just happens to be the first one.
This is the thing. If Ayub wants an Arsenal fan on the podcast, he can find an Arsenal fan for the podcast. Like there's hundreds of us. One person will show up regardless. So if there's no Arsenal fan on the podcast, it's because he did not plan a podcast for Arsenal. We have topics. That's it. Like we don't have Manchester United fan on this podcast. They lost today. Someone's going to say, why didn't they come? They're not on the table.
They're not going to say that though.
They're not going to decide. Saji, why aren't you on the podcast? First of all, you guys lost today to Crystal Palace at home. Again.
Thanks for the comment though.
Okay, so we'll move on. Hopefully we sign someone tomorrow. I'm excited to see who we sign, but I know what did Wenger used to say? Wenger used to say the injured players coming back are like new signings. So when this transfer window opened, that was the first thing I said. Bukayo Saka will come back. They'll say he's like a new signing. Ben White will come back. He'll be like a new signing. So that's going to be our new signings for the season. But yeah, it's all good. Sorry, more comments are coming in. I've not been asked to be on the pod. What? Ayo, fix that ASAP. Our music producer, never been asked. What? EJ never goes crazy. She just says she adds on imaginary points there total after the season. That's right. Okay. Next topic, we're going to jump into a Chelsea topic. What has led to the Chelsea? Are you guys really in the slump? How many wins in 10? One? Woo. Okay, you are in a slump. Tell us why.
So I mean, I'll take this point and then I'll jump off.
Okay.
That's a very loaded topic. So a couple things, and we'll go back to the definition of slump. And I tend to do this maybe because I like to define things. For this to be a slump, you have to come out of it, right? If you don't come out of a bad form, then it's a structural decline, and you're just gonna decline forever. So, and the thing about the league is, if you get enough points, you can afford to decline over time. My prediction is Chelsea would finish maybe fifth or sixth. If we finish fifth, I think this year you may technically get into Champions League. But I don't think that we can put together the fantastic run of form that we had in the beginning of the season. I just feel like Chelsea, similar to City, we're just going to wobble our way to the end of the season, and we will where we finish on the table will be a function of how well others are playing, right? So should Nottingham Forest maintain their form? Should Aston Villa pick up form? If everybody else does well, then relatively we're just gonna continue to fall below. But if we all suck together, I think we can be fine. So to answer the question, so if you look at Chelsea, right, there was that old meme culture and like conversations around us being in the title race, and all the Chelsea fans, including myself, would always say, "Oh, we're not in the title race." It was funny until it became not funny, right? And then we started to suck. So I think the reason why Chelsea is in a slump or a structural decline, depending on if we pick up form, I think what it has to do with our defense, right? When Chelsea has not kept a clean sheet in a long time, and I think it has to do with, I mean, let's be honest, we don't have a solid goalkeeper. I mean, you looked at Arsenal's goalkeeper today, some of the fantastic saves he made. We like to play from the back. I mean, the stats right now that's a bit alarming is Sanchez has created the most errors that led to goals out of any player in the league, right? He's leading that table. So when you have that problem, when you have a goalkeeper who is not world class, you need to have a solid back four. And those two things tend to feed off of each other, right? Like if you have a solid back four, then your goalie, their weakness is not exposed. They become more confident. If the goalie is more confident, then the back four becomes more confident. So what did we do to try to fix that? We brought back Chalobah, and hopefully that could fix the issue. And then the next thing, so that's the number one problem. When you're leaking in goals, right? You need to counter that by scoring a lot of goals. Our creativity in the midfield has just evaporated, right? Palmer is not playing, is kind of like drop form. So that's really affecting us. Our wingers are not contributing. So we're not scoring as much goals as we can. So that's layer number two. And what underpins all that problem is the manager, right? So we have a manager who is, I mean, I won't call him naive, but this is his first year in the EPL, and is really showing elements of his naivety, right? He doesn't have that technical breadth and depth, not like Arteta or some of the more seasoned manager in the league. So the moment the moment a player gets injured or things are not going our way, when you need to dig deep and come up with like creative tactical solutions, is not able to do that. And I think that's really just, you combine all those three things, I mean, it's a recipe for disaster. Now, the reason why we're doing very well in the beginning of the season was I think other teams had not figured Chelsea out, right? Like we had a system that worked very well. We can execute it. But after like a couple weeks, you give analysts tapes to watch. Teams are watching you. They're like, okay, yeah, this is how Chelsea is going to play. Yeah, they're going to have Cucurella drop into the midfield. They're going to have their wing backs just hog the wing back. Here's what they're going to do. Here's how we're going to counter it. And then going back to a manager that I think is somewhat naive, he just doesn't have the tactical flexibility to change things around. And I think that's the issue that we're facing. And then also too, like last time, you look at Arsenal's game today, it's really about taking your chances. Like you guys did. Actually, you know what? There was some parallels between the Arsenal game and Chelsea game. City fumbled the ball 3 times in the first half. We only capitalized once. They did the same with Arsenal. You guys capitalized 3 out of 3, right? Your goalkeeper was tested, stood up to the challenge, and you had the defensive line that stood up to the challenge. So you take out those elements out of the Arsenal game, you'd have had the same Chelsea results. So yeah, so I mean, we'll see if it's well, yeah, of course, he's playing Palmer too much. He needs to rest him. But anyways, so lastly, yeah. So I think I hope it's a slump. I hope we are able to get results, but I'm not convinced it is. I think this is just going to be one of those we'll play 3 games, we'll draw 1, we'll lose 1, and we'll win 1, and that trend will just continue for the rest of the season. And I'm just banking on the teams either slightly ahead of us or below us don't outperform us. So yeah.
Is Maresca going to survive the season? What will happen?
Yeah,
Maresca?
it will for 2 reasons. One, I think the owners are trying their best to keep some consistency.
Okay.
1, and then 2, they don't want to change too many variables. I think Maresca will be judged off of next season, and I still maintain that we have enough quality, we have enough points. Relatively speaking, other teams are maybe 1 or 2 standard deviations ahead of us or below. To where you put all that together, I think we should be fine to where we can finish 5th or 6th. I think we'll finish, which is enough result. But also, too, contrary to a lot of Chelsea fans, and maybe I should not be saying this because it'll come from my head, I don't think we should do any business in January. I think the January window was intended or was placed in the whole idea behind the January window is to be like an emergency signing, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's say you lose your goalkeeper and then you go out into the market to try to fix that. But I think if you have a long-term vision, kind of like what Stephen was saying, is if you have a long-term vision, you're thinking more long-term, you don't want to be doing business in January. Just take your L, suffer, grind it through, and then in the summer, that's when you can actually pay fair market value for players. But January window is just like you're buying, I don't know, AC in the middle of the hottest summer ever, right? You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's gonna price gouge you because of some supply and demand. So we make it work. We do the best we can, and we do good business in the summer.
Okay. Great. Do you guys have anything to add?
I have something. I don't think Chelsea are going to end up outside of the top 4.
Yeah.
I think City will jump them. I think City will it's going to be competitive, right? Because I think Newcastle, City, they're going to be in and around. So I think it's going to get tight at the top. But I don't see Chelsea dropping out of the top 4. I think the results you're talking about, you also have to look at the timing because Chelsea have been able to rotate their squad between Europa or they've been able to rotate and not have to play their first 11 every week. And that period over Christmas, they had 3 games across 8 days and they lost 2 and drew 1. And that was the slump that everybody's talking about. Otherwise, they lose away to City, can happen. They lose to Ipswich. That was a shock, but that was again in that 8-day spell.
Yeah.
So I just think they were very like the games. I watched Chelsea play. I think they're a young team early in a process, and you can see that they're trying to play certain ways.
Yeah.
Again, they need to sign the defenders. They need to sign a goalkeeper. All those things will come. I don't see them. They're not outside of the top 5 or 6 for me in the league, just in terms of where they are. They've given themselves a platform to work off.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see if I can take comments before Ray, you say what you think. Oga Kwame says, all these ones shouting as if they'll win the league. Black Ten Hag moving mad. I'm not sure who he's calling Black Ten Hag. Not sure at all. But I assume he's talking about Arsenal fans shouting as if they'll win the league. We didn't say anything. Literally, he has just hopped on. We didn't say anything about winning the league. But it's still
I love the fact that he's missing as well. Like I'd love to talk to him right now.
Yeah. Okay, comment, hop on. You know, you have the link. Hop on. All I said, to be fair. Oh, so got it. To be fair, I think the Chelsea team probably needs 2 or 3 more experienced players who have won multiple PLs and CLs. A lot of current players are talented. Yep. He's talking about Toby, the one who hopped out. Black Ten Hag. Wow.
Damn.
All right, Ray, what do you have to add to Chelsea? What do you think?
Yeah, top 5 and 6, I can see them, but I don't see Chelsea making the top 4 because. But again, I don't. Again, exactly what Stephen said.
You think because of Nottingham Forest? Do you think Nottingham Forest is legit?
I think.
Who bumps them?
No, it's out of top 4. I think Nottingham will get in there, and I think City or Newcastle, one of them would get into top 4. But I think Chelsea will end up 5th. So just to clarify, we're kind of in agreement mostly. I don't see them going to 7th because I think they're good. I just think City is going to get themselves into the conversation. But again, a lot of things you've said. Chelsea reminds me of Arsenal in terms of the youth of the squad. Maybe 2-3 years ago, the year we just missed a UEFA league. But the difference, though, with Chelsea is that they have on a squad of 50 players that they can sell if they need to go get that top player to fill that gap. So they do have that working for them. That's always been Chelsea's. Always had that backup plan. So I do see them in the summer. Again, if they do make Champions League, I guess top 5 might make it. Then I can go see them going big, sell a couple of players, get those players. So Chelsea, I think, would be a problem, say next season. But right now, again, they're a young team, and exactly what you said there. I didn't expect them to really. We didn't expect them to really compete for the league this year, but they are on the right trajectory, and they have a lot of the owners are going to back them if they need to get there. So, yeah.
Okay. So top 5 most likely will qualify for Champions League. Why is that again?
The UEFA coefficient.
Okay.
So the coefficients, like we're gonna get an extra place. Like we didn't get it last year because everybody got knocked out of Europe early.
Okay.
But because Spurs are doing well, Chelsea are doing well, all of the English teams have gone through pretty much.
Yeah.
So coefficient wise, we're gonna do well. So we'll get a 5th place, I'm sure.
Nice. All right. We'll move on to our last topic for today, the draws. So we had obviously Arsenal finished 3rd on the big table. So we're through automatically. So we have the next round of 16. So I guess what's happening now is like we have 16 teams vying for 8 positions that will play against the top 8. All right. So I'm just going to call a draw, and you guys will tell me over 2 legs who you think will win. Okay. Leipzig and Man City.
Huh?
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
you're threatening me. I'm like, you giving him
where is the draw?
Hey, yeah.
Okay, well, what is the draw?
Oh,
because no, I have the wrong.
I have it on my screen if you want.
I thought I had the right draw. This is hilarious.
So we got Brest PSG.
Okay, yeah, go on.
So that one, I think I would favor PSG. Just again, quality of squad over 2 legs.
Yeah, same PSG.
Club Brugge and Atalanta.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably go Atalanta there for me.
Okay.
Man City, Real Madrid, which is the one everybody's going to be.
That's the marquee one.
I think Man City should be very, very worried.
Okay, I thought you said they will go through.
No, I can't. Their midfield. It's the problem with Man City is everybody can just walk through their midfield right now.
Yeah.
Like if they get a player in to at least plug the hole that Rodri's left, maybe they get through. But I just think Real Madrid will punish them every time they give the ball away at the back. Like I just see them getting battered in that.
Okay.
So yeah, I go Real Madrid there. Juventus PSV. I think that could be a good game, but again, I think PSV have sold a couple players they shouldn't have probably sold. So I think Juventus go through. Monaco Benfica. Again, I think it'd be a good game. Probably favoring Monaco. Sporting Dortmund, which I think could be another good game. I think again with the change of manager, I don't know what Sporting is at the moment. So probably Dortmund go through there. Celtic Bayern. I think Harry Kane has a lot of fun that night. So over 2 legs. So I think Bayern go through, and then Feyenoord Milan, and then Feyenoord just sold their striker as well. So I think Milan probably get that as well.
All right. So before we move on, Kwame, why are you here? I know I summoned you, but why did you actually come?
He came because he had to, because we called him out. That's why he can't be running.
Look.
He can't be running. You're taking
when people try to insult me, right? In a playful.
Not insulted.
No, not like when you try to call me out and say that I'm hiding. I'm not hiding, bro. I'm here.
You can't hide.
I'm not on the podcast only because I was not scheduled to be on. I was enjoying my life. I have a life outside football, right? You know, I actually do have a life outside football. Right. I was what?
I'm just kidding.
I was enjoying a great lunch with my friends. I come back home, I'm like, there's podcast. Let me turn it on. And all of a sudden, Steven is out here talking about other comments hiding. I would like to talk to him right now. So, Steven, what questions do you have for me?
It's not questions, man. I know how me and you normally go back and forth, and then the season, the way the season's been going, I know you've been holding it down. Like, again, you can't, from where you are in the table, there's not a lot you can say, right?
I'm not. Listen, whoa, hold up. I have a constitutional right to speak, and I have a constitutional right to speak my mind, and I have. Oh, this prick, bro! What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? This man, you have no shame. You have no shame. Now you win and you pull up. Fuck out of here, bro. No. Get this guy out of here. Get him out of here. What are you talking about? You think I don't have powers? You think I don't have powers?
Power past power.
Toby, I swear to God, if you don't win this league, lie.
Are we talking about the league? I just came into
bro.
Hello.
No. Now you're talking about the league. Now you're talking about the league. We're talking about the league. The league you haven't won in 20 years, bro. Big man thing, bro. I keep asking you, where are your fucking armpits, bro? Where are your armpits?
Are you winning the league?
Where are your armpits, bro?
Where are you guys are also going to go 20 years?
This man has
25.
Are you winning? What are you winning?
This man has never done this, bro. Do this.
When last did you win the league?
Do this.
When last did you win the league?
Oh,
you can't remember.
You want to talk about when last?
Yes.
When you want to talk about when last?
Yes.
Brother,
when last?
The last time you won the league, you still had hair, bro. The last time you won the league, you still had hair. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
The last time you won the league, you had hair, bro. What are you talking about? Now you're moving like my former manager. What's wrong with you, bro?
Let me talk, or
I'm not gonna let you
the
talk.
guest. I'm the guest. EJ, thank you.
I came here. See, your phone is even upside down like your club.
It's not my phone. It's my tablet.
You can't even shape. You can't even position your phone properly. This man is upside down, bro. What is wrong with you? Look at him. He's gone. He's gone.
I'm here.
Look at him in shambles. Shambles like Arteta, bro. I came here to have a gentleman conversation with Steven because the man was like, Oga Kwame disappeared. And I pull up, I'm like, hey, yo, I ain't disappeared. I'm over here.
Yes, you did. You did. Your Facebook said you was deactivated. No, you can't keep spouting lies.
I was in the group today, bro. What are you talking about?
Hey, dude, you disappeared. Don't even say that. You ran away like a little bitch, and you were gone.
Oh, you want to talk about being a little bitch? You want to talk about being a little bitch?
You ran away. You ran away.
You are the little bitch, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
You ran away.
You guys are derailing my podcast.
No. Why did you invite him?
You ran away.
Why did you invite him?
EJ. What? Open door policy today. Anyone who wants to come.
Open door policy.
Today.
Yes. Why are you complaining like little girl?
What a dictator.
It's okay. It's okay. Can I say something, or at least you just want to rant? Can we have a discussion?
Yeah, I wanted to say something.
I don't want to talk to you. I'm not talking to you. But go ahead.
You don't have to talk, but you can listen, can't you? You know, you have 2 ears, 1 mouth. Can I say something at least?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Amorim in or out?
Oh, piss off.
I'm gonna keep that, man. That's all.
It was a bit crazy.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Dayo knows me. When I have nothing to say, I just shout. Amorim in or out? Arteta in or out? Huh?
In. It's always been in.
Okay, good. Then now you can get out of the group.
No. Okay. Anyway, EJ, I'm just gonna leave. I just popped in to say hi to Oga Kwame. It's all good.
I don't want to say hi to you.
Say hi to your friend.
Whose
like
friend?
Who's friend?
Whose friend?
Yeah.
BFF.
Whose friend?
I mean, because he ran away, he was
Look
gone.
Look at him.
My tablet is acting weird. You were gone for so long, you know.
I was okay. Okay, let me explain. For everybody who says I disappeared, I did not disappear. What happened is this: I took
What
a break.
happened was
I took a break from social media.
why?
Because I had other things going on in life. Right? I needed to focus. And once I
Like-
was done, I came back. How difficult is that to comprehend?
It's not. But you, first of all, Dada did it when he took a project like 8 years ago. Then you
That
guys,
is
you always
always-
disappear.
that is always
Hold on.
traveling.
You always disappear when your team is in the mud.
Bro, I'm here. My team is still in the mud, and I'm here, bro.
It's
You-
hard for
'cause you
someone
came
like
back
him.
with a
Doesn't
new
matter when he
manager.
disappears because his team is always in the mud.
Mm.
EJ,
Word. Why'd you remove EJ?
I'm excited.
He's going to come back.
The host.
What is
Why are
happening?
you gonna move the host?
All right, let
last-
me leave you guys so that you guys can continue.
This
I
is
just saw Godfather
abuse.
was online. I said,
But
let
to
me
answer
say,
your question,
Abuse of executive orders.
I'm already in. That's all. That's what you could have said.
I'm hammering in. I'm hammering in. I'm not
Oh,
out
yeah.
yet. When
There's
I'm
no
out,
reason to be out.
when I'm out, you will know. Don't worry.
Okay, that's all you should have said. How hard was that?
Oh, get out of here, bro. Steven, any more questions before I leave?
No, all good, man. All good. Just good to see your face.
All right.
We'll stay in touch the rest of the season.
Okay. Now back to our regular schedule
right.
program.
Sorry, yeah.
So we
Where
had
were
those
we?
8 teams. I think with the teams that now I have my actual correct link. We called Ray. Did you have any other different opinion about those teams that would come out to the to join us?
Not really. I think it's the Monaco Benfica game. That one could go either way for me. But
Okay.
other than that, yeah, that's about the same. Yeah.
I agree with everything. I'm just excited to see the City City Real match. I wish they had given Real to Bayern. I really wanted Bayern gone. But
Like I said, the bullies getting beaten up in the front yard. I want to see this one. Like
Okay.
Yep.
this could be
Fact.
5 over 2. This could be 10 over 2 legs. This could be Arsenal.
Yeah.
Remember Arsenal Bayern, them 10-1, 10-2 type.
Yeah.
You know, that could be this.
woo,
Yep.
Like City's midfield, it's wild right now. Like
yeah.
Pep doesn't know what to do with the players he has in midfield. He really doesn't, because he doesn't have a defensive midfielder
Yes.
at the club.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take this a bit forward because I have the draw in my hand. If PSG wins their match, they face Liverpool or Barcelona. I mean, I'm not sure. Why is it either or? Okay, because of how it may work. It may rank
Yeah,
out.
based on where the team finished, I think in the group. So
Okay.
it's a bit wild the way they've done it.
Okay, so I guess let's stop here then, because it could either be PSG facing Liverpool or Barcelona, or what's the other one? Monaco facing Liverpool or Barcelona. So that can get a bit crazy. But Arsenal, since we're all Arsenal fans, these are our potentials. If PSV, depending on who wins between PSV and Juventus, you could face that tie or Feyenoord or AC Milan. So we have those 4 potentials there. So that's what we need. I think we have a chance to move on to.
Yeah. I mean, the Champions League Cup games over 2 legs don't scare me with this team, because
Yes.
the thing with these games now, if you're solid defensively and you can take chances, it's again the cup games over 2 legs. It's a different conversation versus a straight knockout.
Yes.
So I just think we're a good team for the Champions League just because of how we play. The
Yes.
problem is we're not ruthless enough.
Yeah.
Like those games, you get 2 chances and your striker has to take one. Like
Yes.
it's that simple, and we don't have that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my concern. But that's why we need to just go get somebody on loan. Just also, there's no wiggles, right?
Yeah. I don't think so. But I think the thing with that, Ray, is even if we get someone loan, it's just so we have another option. Like someone like a Boniface, he's a different profile of striker than Havertz. He's gonna stay in the box. You can put crosses in with him in there. Like he's not Havertz. Like Havertz, everybody, EJ was talking about taking Havertz off. Yes, he missed the chance he missed, and he could have cost us the first goal with the Ode because he could have passed it instead of shooting.
Yeah.
But he actually had a good game. Like he was pressing, he was winning the ball back high. He was in every goal we scored. He was involved in.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's Havertz though. He's just not gonna score.
Yeah.
We score 5. Havertz is gonna get 1. He's not gonna get 3. Like a killer is getting 3 goals in that game.
Yes.
Yep.
Newcastle, we play midweek. Do we have a chance to come back away from home?
Yeah.
It's 1-0. Like
It's 2-0.
grand scheme of things, we get an early goal in that.
Fair
Like,
game. Okay.
we can win 2-0 and take it to extra time. It just depends on how they decide to play. If they come for us,
I think they won't come for us though. They never come for us at home.
but
No, they do come for us at home. That's what it is.
That's the thing. And the thing is, look at the last couple of games they've played. They've been conceding a ton of goals already.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, Newcastle are conceding goals, and it was just that we didn't punish them with a couple of chances. They had a really good game at our place.
Yeah.
And the couple of chances they had, they took.
Yeah.
So we
had chances galore that game.
And that's why I think the scoreline against City today, bringing that confidence in the team, like, yeah, you can take your chances and score multiple goals. It doesn't have to be just 2-1 and make it a game that gives everyone a headache. So yeah, I think
especially this Arsenal team, like we know we have to go and win 2-0 minimum to get to extra time, or we have to go and score 3 goals. So that we're not going to go there and park the bus.
Yes. No. Yeah. Okay. All right. Our last topic, kudos and donkey of the week. Do you guys have anyone that you want to shout out?
I mean, I again, it's less about the week, I think, and more just about the season. It's like I really think, like I watched the Liverpool game with Bournemouth, and I just thought they were really unlucky. So, like the penalty was just a joke, to be honest. Man trips himself, and the ref gives a pen. I can't. So I think from a team perspective, I just want to give them kudos because again, for Bournemouth to be in the top 6 or 7 in the league, they've taken points off pretty much everybody at the top of the table. They play good football every week. I would give them kudos. I think they could have gotten a result against Liverpool because Liverpool scored in the last 10 minutes as well to kind of ice the game.
Yeah.
And they had some big chances in the game they just didn't take.
Yeah.
So I just think they're a good side that people seem to be underestimating. It's similar to like what Brighton were a couple of years ago. Like you knew when Brighton turned up, you were going to get a hard game, and if you go out of it, you were just okay. We played Brighton. That's what Bournemouth are right now.
Okay. What about you, Ray? Kudos.
Also, kudos of the week. I'm biased. I'm just going to give it to the Arsenal team. I'm straight gassed about that result. I think it was a good result to finally lay one on City properly, not just squeaking a 2-1. So kudos for me, Arsenal this week.
Yeah, I'll stick with Arsenal as a kudos. I think 5-1 is just spectacular. I think we needed a statement win against them, and we did it today, and that was great. Like kick them when they're down. That's what I like. Like they're down, kick them down even more.
Put your foot on their neck.
Yeah,
Exactly.
What about your donkey? Is there a donkey?
Daniel Levy.
Oh, Tottenham owner.
Like I don't know how many people can laugh in your face before you start to believe. Man went to Germany, agreed a transfer fee for a player, and then the player, 19-year-old, and his agent turns around and said, "Nope, thanks for coming." And it happened twice in a week because it was Tomori and it was Tel. What? Like what? And like Tottenham are just banter for no reason at this point.
Yeah, and Tottenham need player.
They're signing a player. They're gonna sign a couple, but it's just they got a defender. Yeah. So they got Danzo. They stole Danzo because he was supposed to go to Wolves, right?
Yeah.
So they got him, and they're trying to find another defender. It sounds like, but yeah, just the fact that everybody's it's their wage bill.
Let's take this comment real quick before we talk about the rest of our donkeys. Arsenal fans want us to take them serious. This is a Liverpool fan, obviously. He says Liverpool's penalty was a joke. Gakpo only tripped because he got clipped.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Tell Casper to trip him again next week. That'll be nice.
Casper the friendly goes, look, it reminded me of that. Remember when David Luiz got that phantom touch? Like the clip was like, why are we giving PKs for that? That's what I'm wondering. Like you're telling me that there was a touch that legitimately took him down to the point where
it was soft. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, Ray, what are your kudos? Donkeys.
Donkey for me, I'm gonna carry over from last week, the PGMOL plus the FA, because again, this week, trying to give us that fine after all that we went through last week. So they get the donkey of the week for me.
Oh yeah, like that fine telling us that we surrounded the ref, that we didn't properly conduct ourselves. What are you talking about? And you remember that's what happened after we got the red card rescinded. Stop that.
Yeah, just move on. Independent counsel found it.
Move
on quietly. We continue until next week. No, still got to keep dragging it out. So donkey of the week, 100% for me.
Akinola says donkeys Arsenal fans. Akinola is a Manchester United fan. He's a perpetual hater, perennial hater. He can't be that. So, of course, we're always going to be donkey team. You should be happy for
his team was a close second, so I should.
I know.
Every donkey of the week, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Donkey for the season.
Yeah.
Donkey for the season. All right, guys. Thank you guys for hopping on. Thanks for showing up. See you guys next week. Have a good week. We're out.
Good to see you guys.
Yes, yeah.
You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing will beat your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing will meet your football need. Your football need. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes